Today we're gonna start Unit 7, which is talking about letters. Did you write a letter before? Mhm. This is my question to you. Did you write a letter before?
Yes,
Okay. What type of letter did you write? Do you know that letters have different types?
I wrote a letter like advising someone to go to a place. One of my
Mm,
friends.
I wrote a formal letter before, like dear Mr. blah blah blah.
yeah. So do you know that we have formal letters and informal letters? And do you know that we have different types of letters, like letters of request, letters of given information, letters of advice, letters making suggestions or recommendations, letters of complaint. Did you complain before about something you bought and wasn't working, so you wrote a letter to the shop or even in a hotel or any complaint? Letters of apology. Of course, when you complain, they should apologize to you, so they reply the letter of complaint with a letter of apology. Letters of application if you want to apply for something, and letters to the editor or the authorities. You're expressing your opinion or giving a solution or suggestion to something in your street, in your district. So you're giving it to the authorities. Transactional letter. I'm going to divide today's lesson or this unit into two lessons, today and tomorrow. So we're going to have three types today: letters of request, letters given information, letters given advice. And tomorrow we're going to continue. But before we start, we'd like to know that successful letters should consist of these things. We usually write a paragraph, yes, in the normal writing essays. But in the letter, it's different. You have to start with greetings. Do you know the greetings? How to greet somebody? You need to
Like
start.
when you start a letter, you always say like dear Mr. or Mrs. or Miss, and
Yeah,
you
that's it. These are the
get
greetings. So a successful letter consists of appropriate greeting like dear Mr., uh, dear Mrs., dear Sir, dear Madam, dear Tony, and every kind of letters has different greetings, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. So not everybody we say dear Anne or dear sir or dear madam or dear the name. No, it's different. I'm going to show it to you. So we agreed that we start with greetings, the letter, then introductory paragraph, which clearly states your reason for writing. Introductory paragraph, an introduction that says your reasons for writing. A main body, and in the main body, you develop your subject. Your subject here means a topic. Okay, subject means a topic. So you develop your subject and deal with the additional objectives of the letter if necessary. So you have a topic, you start to develop your topic, you start to talk about the request, give you information, you give the advice, you give the suggestions or recommendation, whatever. This is in the main body. You develop this in 2 or 3 paragraphs. Then you move to the conclusion. And in the conclusion, you summarize the subject or the topic you're discussing. But don't forget, in the letters, we have to write an ending. Like the greeting above, you have to write an ending. Like we have formal endings, semi-formal endings, and informal endings. So you write at the end, yours faithfully and or sincerely. By the way, this one we write it in something, and this one we write it in another thing, in another type. I'm gonna discuss it now in details again. And you write your full name, or you write best wishes and your first name. When to write this and when to write that, let's see. But before we continue, we need to discuss the styles in letters, because the style of the letter varies depending on who it is addressed to. This letter is addressed to whom? So this is the style. So for instance, a letter to someone you know or you don't know requires a formal style. Okay, Sarah, so if you write a letter to somebody you don't know, it requires a formal style. But a letter to someone you know, but he's not an intimate, requires semi-formal style. So somebody you know, but he's not your close friend. He's not an intimate friend to you. So it's a semi-formal. while a letter to a friend requires you should write in an informal style. Okay, teacher, I don't know what is the difference between formal, informal, and semi-formal. What to do? Let's have a look here. Ahmed, Yusuf, Sarah, so far so good?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now let's discuss what's formal, informal, and semi-formal. What to write in every kind or every style, let's say. In a formal letter, you start with the formal greetings and formal endings. So we have formal greetings and endings and semi-formal greetings and endings and informal greetings and endings. Yes. You use formal language like complex sentences. Like look here, you start with a participle like having spoken to. So starting with this complex sentences, it's a kind of formal language. Don't use any colloquial English. Okay, colloquial English like what you use in a chat when you chat on WhatsApp or when you don't pay attention to your language. So, for example, don't say, please keep me posted about what's happening. Avoid using the apostrophe S, avoid using the short forms. Try to use the passive. The passive is a reference to the formal style. 2-week package holiday to a picturesque village of St. Martin's is being offered by our agency. Don't say, we offer in our agency a holiday. No. In a formal style, try to say a holiday is being offered. Try to use the passive as much as possible. Try to use advanced vocabulary. Okay, advanced vocabulary. No abbreviated forms. Don't say we don't. No, we do not. This is the formal style. Do you remember discursive essays? All of them are formal, yeah? So you've learned not to write abbreviated forms, and those who wrote abbreviations in their writing, I highlighted it in red, and I say, you're writing a discursive essay, it's a formal one. Don't write abbreviated forms, short forms. Okay, teacher, this is the formal style. Can you please tell us what are the formal greetings and endings? Wait, after we finish, I'm gonna tell you. What about the informal letter? Thank you. Let's move to the second reason. A topic sentence, and he said, we would also like to ask questions about the purposes involved, the processes involved in and your economic policy, as well as information on management and staffing structures. So these are the things he wants to do. We need another request, you know.
B.
Yes, Sarah. Ahmed and Yusuf, do you agree with Sarah? B. So it would be likewise be valuable if you could tour the premises to get an overall permission of the production system, or would also like to ask questions about the process. So the production system and the process involved in your economic policy, as well as information management. So it's
Yes,
B.
Mr. I agree.
So let's read it again. I'd like to offer certain suggestions as to how such a visit would be of benefit to your company. We're going to read the suggestions now. Firstly, allow me to suggest you, and so on. Now, number 4. It's highly likely, now we're going to read the topic sentence. In addition, I feel that your company might wish to use the visit as an opportunity for interviewing the students. This is a suggestion. What is the result of interviewing the students? It is highly likely that by establishing first-hand contact with young people who will be looking for employment when they complete their studies, you would save on your advertising for vacancies in the future. It says you're gonna already have CVs and interviews with students who are gonna look for jobs and save vacancies for the future. So this is another suggestions how this visit would be beneficial to both of them. We would be delighted if you would consider, look at the ending now. We would be delighted if you would consider the visit outlined in this letter, and I'd like to thank you for your time and cooperation in this matter. Look at this as the conclusion remarks and write the endings here. Yours sincerely, Miss E. Ballard. So this is an example of a letter of request Look at the introduction, the greetings, the introduction, the main body, and how he developed the main body from the question itself. You have a question here. You divide 2 parts in the question. You divide every part into 2 points and 2 paragraphs. So we have 4 paragraphs, main body, and a conclusion, and ending, and remarks here, signature. Do you think it's difficult to write a letter of request?
No.
Okay, everybody. So now we're gonna move to another thing. Yeah, which is letters given information. But this after a break. Let's take a break for about 7 minutes. And after the break, we're gonna continue to the second types of letters given information. Okay? Mute your mics and go for a break. Okay, Ahmed,
So I want to
Sarah?
ask you a question, but it's not about like it's not about
Okay.
this lesson. It's about the for and
Okay.
against kind of thing.
Sarah, do you have a question about this lesson, Yusuf?
No, sir, I don't.
No.
Okay, Ahmed, well, ask me about for and against. Huh?
When I was telling you about like my homework thing, you told me like not to write advantages like as a subtitle and then disadvantages. Like, am I not like allowed to write subtitles in my for and against?
Look, it's better for you to use them in a topic sentence, in a paragraph. Okay, don't write subtitles, because the layout of your writing now is not what they need in the exam. They need introduction, main body, and in that main body, you move easily from between paragraphs, topic sentence, then you move the transitional words between the paragraphs till you reach you discuss the 4 in 2 paragraphs, the against, the views in 2 paragraphs, then you move to the conclusion, easily. Then you write your opinion in the conclusion. That's what they need. But when you write 2 subtitles and on advantages here and disadvantages here, no, you will not take the mark. He knows that you didn't study or you don't know how to write a discursive writing. This is not a discursive writing. This is an article.
Okay.
Okay, anybody, do you have any question in general?
No.
No, sir.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, sir.